the stream to refresh. Excuse me. No. Good boy. Okay. There is an ad, so I'm just going to wait a little second. But hi. Oh, wow. Welcome, Clerksy. I'm trying to read your username from this screen, but I have another screen over here. So if you see me looking over here, I'm checking the chat. But hello. Welcome. Ireland. Wow. How early is it over there? I think it's about 11 now, isn't it? Is it 11 o'clock? I'm way out of the loop. Hi, Anjal. Welcome. Welcome, you guys. So, in this video today, oh, hello. Welcome from France. I have been pretty well. I feel tired, to be honest with you. I had a pretty busy day, but at the same time, it was a good day, a relaxing day. What about you? I hope you got rest after yesterday. Welcome, everybody. Oh my gosh, so it is noon. I was trying to remember the time zone. I thought it was 11 a.m., but noon. Okay. Welcome. Yes. The Scorpio reading will be after this. We're going to do the Cancer reading first. So, thank you to everybody who has joined. It is so lovely to have you here. I'm going to be doing our monthly predictions readings live now. If you missed the air signs yesterday, I'll just quickly go over the fact that doing them live gives me an opportunity to connect with you first of all, but it also cuts out the editing process, which was delaying a lot of the previous prediction videos, only because I would kind of film it a couple of days in advance, and then by the time you're seeing it, it just, the month had already started. And technically it is October 1st now in most countries, so I was like, you know what, we're not going to have time. Let's just go live, and we can use these live streams as an opportunity to connect as well. Feel free to ask questions if you hear anything that you want to clarify. That's why I have the chat up over here so that I can react and interact with you. So if you have any questions, let me know. But we're going to get into it. We're going to start with our Cancers. As usual, I'm going to start by pulling 3 oracle cards from this oracle deck. We will be getting general predictions for the month of October for the sign of Cancer in this video. After this video, I will end the live stream and start a new one for the next sign, which will be Scorpio. And we'll do that for Pisces as well tonight, before we start fire signs tomorrow night. I was about to say air signs again, but no, we're doing fire signs tomorrow. So, without further ado, let's start Cancer's reading. Spirit, what are the main themes Cancer can expect to experience in the month ahead? What are the main 3 themes? We have Embodiment. I'm pretty sure this came out for another sign last night. Embodiment is the number 8 card in this deck. What else can Cancer expect to experience for the month ahead? Looking at October, we have Milk and Butter, the number 25. What else can Cancer expect to experience? And we have Oracle 28. Interesting. This is an interesting combination. I definitely feel like Cancer, you're getting to kind of fulfill something that you've been either manifesting or kind of, I want to say prophesizing, if that makes sense. Something that you were hoping was going to happen. I almost feel like this is a plan that you're putting into place in October. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's something that you've put a decent amount of thought into, even if it feels rushed. It just feels like you're following through with something and you're getting the chance to really kind of see it come to life. That's why it feels like a manifestation, because there's an aspect here of you visualizing. But I feel with all these numbers, there is a strong feeling of you gaining movement in the month of October. So if that's my dog, by the way, moving the curtains. So if you felt like that you've experienced stagnancy in an area of your life, I feel like there is going to be movement. For some of you, this has to do with physical travel, but I'm seeing it more as like energetic growth and you coming out of a period of potential stagnancy and getting the chance to kind of push through and make some changes. I do see changes, but I'm going to have to see what tarot says about that, because I can't figure out if it's change that you've started or it's change that is happening around you and you're kind of rolling with it. So let's clarify your first. That's interesting. You have boundaries at the back of the deck. Okay, we'll see how that pops up. I'm not getting a clear message, but boundaries is a very clear card in this deck. It is, as it says, like even the description compared to other cards in this deck, it's very straightforward. It usually means you need to be very careful about sharing your energy with people who are potentially taking advantage of that. So we'll see how that comes out in each of the themes, but we're going to clarify your first theme, the embodiment theme. Let's get some specific predictions. What is going on with this theme for Cancer in the month ahead? We have the 9 of Presents coming out reversed. So presents are pentacles in this deck. We also have the King of Needles coming out reversed. So needles are swords. What else can you tell Cancer about this embodiment card, Spirit? What is going on over here with this embodiment card? That's interesting. It's like the first time that I've taken that card, literally. We have the moon coming out as well. So that is you, technically. And the High Priestess. So strong, intuitive hits here. I really think you need to pay attention to signs, synchronicities, and niggling feelings. Like whether you associate it with your intuition or not, there's this strong feeling of you needing to pay attention to a niggling feeling because it's trying to tell you something. And it could be trying to tell you something about your health, Cancer, but it feels like it has a lot to do with something that is an easy fix. You just have to address it. You don't want to delay this. You don't want to procrastinate. You just want to, as soon as you have that niggling feeling, get it checked out. I think that a professional may be helpful. That's why I was thinking it was something to do with your health. With the 9 of Presents reversed, the King of Needles, it looks like a health checkup with like a professional. Otherwise, it also has to do with getting advice. And this has to do with how you are moving forward and how you are choosing to grow, because I feel like you are fueling something in October. You're putting effort towards something, like you're putting a lot of energy towards it. And if you want the most successful outcome here, you're going to need to establish a relationship with a professional or with somebody who can give you the right advice. I definitely feel like you're going through a private process here that you're not sharing with a lot of your close friends and family. You're choosing to talk to strangers or these professionals instead of the people in your close life. Now, the only other thing I could see, if you really doubt that you're going to be talking to a doctor or a lawyer or anyone who's like a professional, is that I see you seeking a lot of answers from people who are qualified, but through secondary sources. So this makes me think of like Googling and looking for information from people who are qualified. But I just feel like it's got to do with you growing further and finding out how to be most successful. And there is this strong air of mystery in this theme, you not wanting to be completely open and honest about what you're going through here with a lot of people. It's a very bizarre theme. Excuse me, no. Play with your toys. Play with your toys. It's a very bizarre theme because for me personally, I feel like you don't want many people to know. It's an easy fix, and the right person with the right qualifications can really steer you in the right direction, but you're having a hard time paying attention to the importance of this. With the High Priestess reversed, you either are doubting that this is worth investigating and you're kind of telling yourself like, nah, it's not that serious, or you're for some reason not wanting to kind of entertain that thought. So I don't mean to make it sound scary, but it's an easy fix is what you need to know. And that embodiment card feels like it has something to do with your body or something that you're putting a lot of your physical energy into. Is there anything else you can tell them about this theme, Spirit? Interesting. It could be fertility for some. It's very interesting. I feel like this is it's a weird method. Oh my God. It's a weird message of growth and just making sure that you're growing in the best way by getting the right advice and having early intervention if something is harmful or isn't helpful. Now, with clarifying cards, we have the Strength card and the Nine of Cups upright, so this is very promising. We also have the Fool and the King of Wands. So Spirit is saying put a lot of planning into this, get ambitious, make sure that this is something that you are on board with and that you have that you're focused on like the overall outcome here, because I almost feel like your eyes need to be on the horizon, but there is this risk or this leap of faith that you need to take in the immediate future in October. And that's why I think some of y'all are a bit like, should I do this? Should I, is this worth pursuing? Because I'm also seeing that you may need courage to do this, or you may just need to be very kind of strong, put on a brave face and make sure that you can push through that fear of pursuing this. It's so interesting because I am seeing success. I'm also seeing an expansive horizon. So even though you're kind of thinking ahead, the outcome is a lot better than what you've planned and what you've expected. And I'm also seeing emotional fulfillment as well. If you involve the right people early on, your loved ones and you in terms of your emotional self will be very grateful for the changes that you made in October surrounding this theme. It feels like it has to do with your health, but it's more a theme of growing and making sure that you're growing successfully and you're thinking long term and planning this well as well. So what is the advice in this theme for Cancer? What is the, excuse me, Yoda, no, no. What is the advice over here for Cancer, please, Spirit? No. Come on, you be good boys. Sorry, that is my dog. We can't be mad at him though. He's had a busy morning, but we didn't do much this arvo, so he's kind of just over here. He's bored. He's very bored. Now, your advice for this theme is Keepers of the Earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. We also have Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. This card keeps coming out for people. October seems to be a month of either lessons that not only we learn, but we teach others through our own learning. Or it just seems to be a good chance to kind of look at the bigger picture and go, you know what, I'm going to make the change now so that I'm actually growing and evolving and I'm not repeating past cycles. I definitely feel like there's a key theme here of you feeling like you need to do something for someone else, like as though there are eyes on you and you have like role model kind of responsibilities on your shoulders. It almost feels like your advice has a lot to do with you setting a good example for someone who may be watching you as well. But I do feel like with this You Are Not Alone, it's a strong message here is that if you are experiencing a little niggling feeling of uncertainty, make sure that you reach out and get support and get help, whether that's from a professional or just by doing your online research. This is not something that you should go through by yourself. It's not a process in which you should feel really isolated. It's a situation where I feel like the right person is going to come through fairly quickly once you start asking for help and asking for answers. So embodiment, I'm seeing a lot of growth, but I feel like it's about you claiming the best possible outcome by doing the right research and connecting with the right people who can get you there. Very interesting theme. I'd love to know how that plays out because it feels very ambiguous from my end. Now, next we'll talk about the milk and butter theme. This theme, it has like a strong feeling of reaping the rewards of your hard work. But I almost feel like in order to get to that point in October, you may need to make some changes. again, like we were picking up on over here, in order to make sure that you're getting your butter in this situation. That's what this feels like, because it feels like you've started with one thing and you're trying to transform it into another in October. And I see you putting a lot of effort into this, because churning butter isn't easy. But it feels like you may need to pivot when faced with any sort of, I want to say setbacks, but it's not feeling like a major challenge. I'm going to have to get tarot to clarify, because the best way that I could describe it is maybe you set a personal deadline to have this ready by like October 10th, and then October 8th comes around and you're like, wow, I'm nowhere near my goal. What is this theme about, please, Spirit? Let's get some very specific information, please. What is this milk and butter theme about? We have Justice reversed. It could have to do with a contract or a partnership. I was expecting it to be ready by now. Why hasn't it come around? Clarify this milk and butter theme, please, Spirit. Come on, please be good boy. Clarify this milk and butter theme. We have the Queen of Presents reversed. Queen of Pentacles reversed. No. Clarify this milk and butter. We have the Lover's card. We have the Ace of Potions. Okay, at the back of the deck is the Ace of Presents. So I see you needing to be a bit selfish here. That's where that Boundaries card comes back into play. This theme is all about reaping the rewards of your hard work, your effort. But hi, welcome. But you don't want to accidentally put all of that effort into somebody else's best wishes, if that makes sense. Like, the way that I see this playing out is you may be needing to have some healthy boundaries and learning to say no to somebody who has the tendency to kind of come in and skim the cream off your milk. Like, they come in and they take either all the credit for your hard work, or they have a way of kind of involving themselves in your success when they don't really contribute to the effort. It feels like a situation in which you're being put in a very unfair dynamic with somebody else who either should be a partner, or things should just be a lot more balanced than what they are. And I feel like with this, no, Yoda, no, good boy. I have a feeling that the reason why we have the Queen of Presents reversed and Justice reversed is you're going to start to figure out how you can kind of make changes to make sure that you're not getting the short end of the stick here, or the worst side of the deal. I see how this could even lead to new job opportunities. This could lead to you having conversations with people about a change in positions within your workplace. It feels very materially based though. Like, the reasons you want to change is because you feel like you're not being treated fairly and you feel like you deserve better. So it could be that you're making some serious changes to your routine as well, to ensure that you're not kind of putting too much effort into something that's not worth all of that time and effort. But I definitely see a huge decision being made over here. And the reason we're making that decision is to ultimately pursue something that is going to make us very happy. We're wanting to pursue an emotional opportunity more. We're wanting to kind of focus more on our happiness, on how we feel, on what makes us happy. It could even be that somebody else in our life who cares about us is saying like, hey, Cancer, why do you let them treat you like this? It's not fair. Like, I understand that they're your boss, but they shouldn't be putting you in this position. I understand that you've got to work, but you shouldn't be putting yourself in this position. Even if you're a sole trader or you own your own business, it almost feels like you're in an unfair partnership or an unfair kind of contract in which you feel like you're getting the worst side of things. Like, you're not getting the best part of the deal, if that makes sense. And this Queen of Presents reversed, I definitely feel like you're going to be trying to switch things up so that you can focus more on what is making you happy and just more on like what isn't. So that's not just all about money. I do feel like there is an element of selfishness here, but it feels like that's more you having boundaries to make sure that you're not taken advantage of. I need to ask my second deck for, oh look, we have the Ace of Discs here as well, again. Please clarify, what is this milk and butter card about for Cancer? Welcome, you guys. Hi. Yes, the Leo reading will be tomorrow. All fire signs are tomorrow. We have the King of Discs reversed. So this does feel like a partner or somebody who you should be working on this with. It shouldn't just be you. You shouldn't feel like you're the only one doing everything. You are either looking for someone who is an equal, or you're looking to restore balance in a contract or some sort of partnership that isn't doing well. I feel like you're frustrated, so you're making changes to make sure that you're not cutting yourself short. This is going to relate to romance too, but I'm not going to delve into that. We're going to do that in our romance reading, which will be up in the middle of October. But I could see how for some of you, you're in an unfair love situation where you feel like your person is not putting in enough effort, and you're the only one who's putting all this kind of effort in to get things to kind of function. And even then, the relationship or the connection is in survival mode. And so you feel like in October, you have to make this big decision to try to restore your own fulfillment. You're very focused on your own emotional well-being, but you're doing so from a point of view of like, I'm still in survival mode. I can't be out here trying to survive for both of us. We also have the Ace of Wands reversed. So I do see you canceling something or just kind of re-examining an opportunity and going, has the spark gone out? Do we want to reignite it? What would that look like? Should we be interested or focusing on other things instead? Nine of Swords at the back of the deck in the reverse position. It almost feels like you're coming into awareness too late. Like you're getting the information, the epiphany, too late. What is the advice over here for Cancer with this milk and butter card? We have break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. What is the advice with this milk and butter card, please, Spirit? What is the advice? Can't be mad at this dog. He's just so full of love. What is the advice? Just starts kissing my foot because I'm trying to get him to not chew the carpet while I'm filming. We have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Interesting. So the advice card is really encouraging you to pursue a new opportunity. It's really encouraging you to make the changes that allow you to take advantage of a new opportunity that is coming your way in October. This opportunity is definitely linked to your emotional fulfillment, and it does have to do with you breaking free of a pattern that has been most unhelpful. And this pattern could have even started from an intergenerational aspect. It could be based off of the advice or the learnings or the teachings that you gained from someone a generation above you. But the goal here is to rewrite the future and to make this outcome something better than what it has been, especially because the changes that you are making here are for your success. The goal is to get butter. We're sick of churning this milk and just trying to get something out of it. So we're trying to find a better way to do it, and we're trying to make sure that we're not, I want to say we're not making the situation worse, but we're also more afraid of repeating a situation again over here. That's what it feels like. So really, the advice is to take advantage of any new opportunities, especially when it comes to love, happiness, emotional fulfillment, and to make sure that you are doing the healing work in terms of being self-aware and just understanding what unhelpful patterns may be currently existing so that you can make the changes necessary to rewrite what is happening into the future that you want, if that makes sense. I'm talking a lot with my hands, but that's what I'm seeing with milk and butter. Your last card now, which we'll talk about, is the Oracle card, Cancer. So let's see what's going on here. The Oracle card was giving me a strong feeling of trusting your intuition and seeing something through that you've been working on. And I felt like the Oracle was more about confirmation and you receiving confirmation in October around your choices and around some of the changes that you've made. I feel like you're going to receive confirmation that you've done the right thing, that you're on the right track. There's a strong feeling of you being surrounded by signs and synchronicities throughout October. So really stay connected to your intuition and try not to break that bond of trust that you have with yourself. For example, don't gaslight yourself. Don't try to convince yourself that what you are feeling isn't real. Do what you can to kind of build that voice of confidence in terms of your inner dialogue, because I definitely see you getting signs that you're on the right track and that you've made the right choices. So we have the Three of Potions reversed coming out first to clarify. Clarify the Oracle card, please, Spirit. We also have the Four of Candles reversed. Excuse me, that's upright. What else can you tell us about this Oracle card? Hi, Rira. Kirk's just joined the chat. We have the Eight of Potions reversed. Okay. Clarify that Eight of Potions. Who the heck? They wanted to show me a Knight of Presents. Someone who took too long. Eight of Potions reversed. Six of Presents reversed. Okay, what else can you tell us about this Oracle card? I'm hearing I Will Wait For You by Drake featuring Future. We have Page of Candles. Okay, at the back of the deck we have the Knight of Candles. Someone around you regrets choices they made, and it's going to come up in October, but it's not a primary theme for you. It's just a message I'm getting. Someone around you regrets not believing in your plans or supporting your plans, not being a part of your process. I feel like there's something that you've committed yourself to, and you're going to find out in October, if you haven't already, that this person wishes they were more supportive or more involved. I feel like they're seeing you do something for yourself that indicates success, or at least like you going somewhere, and this person is feeling regret. So that's just a supplementary message. It's not a main theme for you. The main theme with this Oracle card is a lot of confirmation about the path that you're on and about the fact that you've had to walk away from some people. I definitely see some people trying to come back to you with that Eight of Potions reversed. There's a strong feeling of regrets were made. And I just think with the Three of Potions reversed, you're going to be somewhat selective about your social group in October. I'm not 100% sure why. Maybe you're just busy. Maybe you're just so focused on whatever goals you have in place. But some people are feeling like they're very much on the outer edge of your social circle and they're wanting to get closer. You're going to get a lot of information about what you should do with those people. And I want to say it's more confirmation, because logically you know what you should do, and the confirmation is more intuitive, like a sign that confirms that you should have walked away from that person, a sign that confirms that you walking away was the right thing to do. But with the Four of Candles here, I do see you achieving a state of peace, stability, and overall just this beautiful feeling of like coming home to something. It could have to do with a goal that is associated to like moving or finding a home in October for some of you, but it's just this general feeling of peace and stability. And I think that you're going to be so protective over your peace in October that some people just simply won't be able to show up unannounced and uninvited at your beautiful, humble abode. The other message I'm getting over here with this Oracle card is that in order for you to succeed, in order for you to feel successful, which involves feeling peaceful, you may need to start really being careful about who you involve in your process. Like I even see some family members kind of needing to step back a little bit from you. I definitely see that in order for you to get to a point where you have your peace, some people kind of need to be outside, if that makes sense. Especially with the Page of Candles reversed, I see a lot of people being curious about you, wanting to find out like what are they up to, what is Cancer doing, but they don't have the access to you that they used to. It feels like they've lost that. And I don't think like it's an intentional feeling of you walking away from them, but in October it just feels like in order for you to kind of get to where you need to be, you've got to start cutting ties with certain people. These people seem to be people who aren't that helpful in your process anyway with the Six of Presents reversed. It's not like they are able to contribute anything practically. And then when they do kind of show up, it feels either very transactional or like it's on a reward system, like they just want something from you. Ten of Potions reversed is what's making me think that this has to do with your family, but it's more a decision stemming from this is what I need to do for me and for my happiness and for my well-being. There's also a feeling here of you getting people kind of curious and like I said, knocking and checking up on you because they want to know what you're up to and they just want to see like what you've got going for you now. They're getting this impression that you've either been through some big changes or that you're on the way to something quite significantly successful. A lot of curiosity around you because there's also a lot of mystery around you. Like I see you keeping a low profile in October for some reason. You're not being as connected as you were previously. So clarifying, we have the Ten of Pentacles upright. We're more focused on some sort of long-term plan and the ones who are going to be there at the end. Not the people in the middle, not the ones who kind of come in and out as they please. You're more here for those who are going to be there at the end. Because you know that for some of you, this is about doing it for the right people, for the right reasons, and just not overdoing it for the people who wouldn't be there unless you force them to be there. We also have the Three of Pentacles. So advice that you're going to receive in October through your own intuitive mind, in terms of there's going to be a lot of confirmation around this message, is to be very selective about who you collaborate with, who you share your ideas with, and who you ask support from. Because some people are kind of saying, yeah, I'll help you, Cancer, but I expect this in return. So I think that it's about working with the right people, and you do have a lot of curious admirers around you, but I just see them more as eyes. Like they're not actually contributing anything. They're just keeping tabs on you because they're hearing things through the grapevine. We have the Six of Swords reversed. We have the Five of Cups reversed. So closing messages, there's another five here. The Five of Wands at the back of the deck, and it's reversed. Definitely be careful about overcomplicating your life with unnecessary drama, with too much kind of energy and letting too many complicated people around you. I definitely see you trying to remain drama free, and that means distancing yourself from people who attract a lot of drama. But I'm also seeing you having conversations with certain people about like why you had to walk away from them. And this feels like more at the end of the month, you kind of having a moment where you're like, listen, like I've been going through it actually. I've been very focused on my career. I've been very focused on my goals, my long-term goals, and I've just had to stay in that lane for the last month. I do think that the real ones are going to come through and have a healing conversation with you. They're going to say like, Cancer, where have you been? We miss you. We want to support you. And that's the difference. The ones who aren't moving forward with you, they're going to let you go. They're not going to chase after you because they know that you're kind of outgrowing each other. You're outgrowing them. With the Five of Cups reversed, I definitely feel like you're only losing what you've already lost, in the sense of the people that are being left behind are the ones who weren't emotionally involved in the first place. They were just there watching. That's what it feels like. Spirit, what is the advice with this last theme? We're going to switch decks for this. We have Time reversed. I'm hearing all things come to an end. I feel like time for you is talking about how your life is changing, and October is going to be a month that feels like things are really moving forward for you. There's some physical moving, there's some energetic moves, there's a lot of a feeling of an upgrade and some new beginnings for you, some new friendships even. But the goal here is to make sure that as you move forward, you're not holding on to dead weight. And I definitely feel that when it comes to you worrying about anything, when it comes to people, your connections, and your energy, you're going to get a lot of confirmation on what it is that you should do and how you should be investing your time and your energy, because those things are really invaluable. Sometimes we can make up energy by what we're eating and how we're living in terms of our lifestyle, but when it comes to time, we can't repay that once we've spent it. It's one of the most valuable resources. So I really think that your advice here is to appreciate your time and to see it as your most valuable resource when it comes to the people around you and who you choose to invest time in the month of October. So that is what I'm seeing for you, Cancer. I just saw your message. Yes, I will show you Yoda. Sweets, come on. Sausage. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. He's chewing a pen. Come on. Come on. Sausage. Come on. Good boys. Good boys. Come on. Come on. Come on. He thinks he's in trouble, so he is avoiding me. I mean, he is in trouble, but it's too late to have an argument. Come on. Maybe in the next live stream. And maybe in the next live stream. I could just turn it around, I guess. I could just turn it around and show you really quickly. Come on. Come on. Sausage. Good boy. Come on. Good boy. This is a Yoda. Look, look, Sausage. Sausage. Look. Yeah. See, he barks at himself, so I don't know if he recognizes himself very well. But that is Yoda. I also call him Sausage, because he is the sausage dog. But anyway, that is what I'm seeing for you, Cancer, when it comes to the month of October. It's going to be a weird month for you, I'm not going to lie. Please stay grounded. That was the one message we didn't get. You're so focused on your process and your plans and getting to where you need to be, and you're in a very logical energy. So please just stay grounded and remind yourself that you're doing the best that you can. And give yourself time to emotionally process your changes as well. I see an up here with this new emotional opportunity. You may distract yourself from that feeling of loss with the Five of Cups reversed because you're gaining so much as well in October. But stay grounded, stay open to receiving opportunities from the universe, and make sure that you are taking those opportunities to really rewrite your present by creating the future that you want. Have a prosperous, abundant month ahead, Cancer, and I shall connect with you in another video. I'm going to go start Scorpio's live stream reading in the next couple of minutes, so keep an eye out for that if you are a Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. I really appreciate your support, and I will connect with you very, very soon. Bye!